And so my challenge is, okay, we know the technology is there, but we need to implement the program.
You mentioned earlier on a lot of the technologies that address these multiple vectors we're talking about. Is there one particular type of technology, whether it's UVC, you mentioned antimicrobial copper? Is there, I know it's a multi-vector problem, but is there something that you say, hey, this is the low-hanging fruit? This is always my first recommendation. We want a 360-degree view, but this is a critical piece. Is there something you feel passionate about in terms of technology that helps with this problem?
Well, I always like technology that is not chemical based. So I love you. I love UV in all aspects of the word. And I first became affiliated with UV because I had a rental property in Florida and I got mold in my air conditioning system. And we put a UV light in the air conditioning system and the mold went away. This was in 2004.
Right.
Okay. That was my first experience. And then now it's like, oh my gosh. So we can not only approach mold, but all the other MRSA, C. diff, staph with UV, but you have to implement a program that's really going to make it result in efficiencies and good numbers. And so my challenge is, okay, we know the technology is there, but we need to implement the program. How often are we doing it? Are we using it in the right places at the right time? How are we documenting it? And so, Seal Shield, UVC cleaning systems, UVD robots, a plethora of other manufacturers, they have great products. We just need to make sure we're using them to the level that will produce the best outcome. And so it's about discipline. We're learning discipline through COVID. I mean, do you wash your hands more? Are we using hand sanitizer? So all of these things with that technology are what create the better environments.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And UV has been around for a long time, but as a result of COVID, much more awareness on the capabilities of UV and some of the challenges with UV that you already mentioned. How do you know it's working, right? Making sure that you have a solution that is not only technically sound, but is also operating as it was intended. You've mentioned several times air quality, and I think this is super important.
So what's interesting about UV does help promote better air quality. It kills the pathogens in the air. It's not just about the surfaces, but about the air and what's going on and floating around. And, we have different products we put in the ceiling, we put in the floor, we put on the wall. It's a robotic that travels around and we get, good disinfection points.